Hello, everyone. I hope y'all are having a good morning. It's Cowboys STAR coming back at you. That's right, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Before I get started with this video, I'd like to remind you guys to be sure and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate all those who have so far. Well, folks, it's that time of the year. It's time to give thanks, and I hope you all have a great, happy Thanksgiving and eat a lot of good food that you like to eat. But I'll tell you what I'm thankful for, not only for my family, but for all the things God gives us. But there's one thing that I'm really going to be thankful for as well, and that's the Cowboys season to finally be over this year. We stink, folks. We stink. It's horrible. This is the worst season that I can recall enduring as a Cowboy fan in quite a long time. The Cowboys are 10.5 point dogs Sunday versus the Washington Commanders. Uh, we stink. That's all I could say. I'm tired of losing already, and it's only been 5 straight games that we've lost. Of course, that's a lot, but for the Cowboys to lose in a row, but it's very disheartening as a Cowboy YouTuber and fan, but we have to go on here and see what the cards have in store. I still think we may win at least 2 more games this year. We play Carolina and the New York Giants again, but I don't even know if we can beat them. The way we've been playing, seems like the defense has been playing a little bit better. Offense, I'm not so sure about. That offensive line is atrocious, as I said in my last video. If we don't win against the Giants and the Panthers, I think we're just tanking, in my opinion, because they're horrible too. So it remains to be seen what will happen in those 2 games, and we might luck out and win another game. You never know. I don't see us beating the Commanders this weekend, but you never know. We do have some players coming back this week that I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the video. So do you want the Cowboys to win? First of all, do you want the Cowboys to win? Type yes for yes. Type N for no. Down in the comments, and let me know what you think about that. Do you want them to just tank for the better pick, or would you like to see them be more competitive and win more games? I personally would like to see us just get a good draft pick, no matter what it takes. If that means putting Trey Lance in there to give him some work and let people see what he can do. I have a theory about that myself. I think they didn't have Trey Lance ready enough to play because they didn't think Dak was going to get hurt, and it's just too much for McCarthy to get him ready to go into these games. He's got enough on his plate with trying to get Cooper Rush ready. And I think it's a big mistake because the Cowboys spent a 4th-round pick on Lance, and they should be letting the league see at least what he can do. So maybe if he does good, we could trade him and get something for him. But, that's just my thinking. The Cowboys might think different than I do. Some good news. Brandon Cooks should be back in the lineup this week, and Darren Bland, Marshawn Nealon, and company have been practicing this week, so maybe we'll get them 2 back as well. Zach Martin and Tyler Smith didn't practice yesterday. They're kind of banged up, and Zach Martin has really had the worst year of his career this year. Just doesn't look like himself this year. But hopefully it's an injury. I don't know if Father Time's caught up with him or if he's even going to be back with the Cowboys next year. It remains to be seen. Jerry Jones, of course, he's always in the news. He was on 105.3 The Fan, and not only is he talking about Deion Sanders, he's singing the praises of Cliff Kingsbury now. So he's kind of getting some ideas out there on maybe who could be the next coach. He didn't bring that up. He didn't say, "Oh, there could be our next coach." He's just been complimenting these guys, and saying he thinks a lot of them, that he's a good friend and all this and that. And since he come back in the league, he's learned this and learned that. He's been doing a lot better with Washington. And of course, he's been talking about Jason Witten, who we know he'd love to have because he would be the ultimate yes man for Jerry Jones. And he could tell him how the cow eat the cabbage like he does Mike McCarthy. So I'm sure there's lots of good coaches out there that won't want to come here, namely Bill Belichick, because Bill Belichick's going to want to buy the groceries and he's going to want to run the team, and he doesn't want any outside interference. And I think he could do that if Jerry would let him. And also Mike Vrabel, who is on the table. He's up for a job this year. He's a consultant with the Cleveland Browns right now. So I'd like to see either one of those two coaches come in. But the talk right now is Deion Sanders coming. But if the stipulation is him, the Cowboys drafting his son, Shador, as the quarterback for the Cowboys, what are you going to do with Dak Prescott? He's got a $60 million a year contract for the next 4 years. You can't just swallow all that. If you get him, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, let's trade Micah Parsons and get 2 or 3 first-round picks for him." And then you can't trade Micah Parsons. He's the heart and soul of our defense. I just don't see that happening either. It's just the I think season right now, where everybody's putting all these notions out there and seeing if any of them stick. But even Michael Irvin is in the news, and he's been saying that it's time for the Cowboys to just look towards the draft right now, that he doesn't see the Cowboys winning many, if any, games the remainder of the season, that the way we've played, especially without Dak being in the fold. He said he can't believe what he's seeing out there with the Cowboys. It makes him wonder if the Cowboys even are practicing or going over any of the details they need to be going over in these games. They look like the bad news bears out there, according to Michael Irvin. He thinks that they should play Trey Lance and, like I said, and let people see what he can do. But like I say, I don't think they've got him ready enough to play, at a high level out there. It seems to me that Mike McCarthy and his staff are not a very good staff. They're not covering all the bases they need to in order to win games in the NFL. And they make too many pre-snap penalties and shoot themselves in the foot far too many times. This in this league. You just can't win games when you're shooting yourself in the foot, making penalties, turnovers, and they were in the game last week until the third quarter when we had that fumble ran back all the way when our lineman tried to pick it up and run with it instead of just falling on the ball. Those things like that are not. It doesn't seem like are getting through or getting coached to the Cowboys. Those are the things that can get you beat in a game, in a tight game. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. It remains to be seen what's going to happen with the Cowboys as we go forward for the rest of the 7 games we have left. It remains to be seen what technique the Cowboys are going to employ. Are they going to tank? Or are they going to try to win? If they win this game this weekend, is that going to give them the notion to keep trying to win, or whatever? It's just going to be interesting to see what the Cowboys do. Don't forget to subscribe to Cowboys STAR. If anything else breaks during the day, I'll be sure and do another video. Hope you all are having a great day today, and we'll see you next time. I'm out.